Hello, this is a channeled reading meant to find you whenever it finds you. So the three tarot cards we have for you are Ten of Cups, Five of Cups, and Eight of Pentacles. Okay. The first message that I'm hearing is that there's a time for celebration, but it comes after you've sacrificed quite a bit in order to get to where you are right now, or to this point of celebration. To be clear, it's not that you're going to sacrifice something, it's that this reading is meant for somebody who already put the work in and already gave up quite a bit. The thing that I'm getting here is delayed gratification. Okay, so Spirit is really asking you to put the work in regarding something or a personal project that you have in mind. And right now, it does feel like work. It feels like you have been working, and it looks like there isn't any immediate effect just yet. But Spirit wants to give you the reminder that this is just around the corner, this happiness. So you're being asked to continue your work at a steady pace. Right now, I'm speaking to somebody who's in the middle of something, or who feels like they're in the middle of their process and it feels like it's halfway done. Like it's not fulfilled just yet, or you're still in its, I wouldn't say just at its beginning, but just halfway through it. I feel like it's trial and error. Like you've made a bunch of stuff and you realize some things that aren't working, but you're being encouraged to not see the things that didn't work as a loss, but to see it as a learning experience. Because the things that did work, it helps steer you towards whatever your ultimate goal is. I especially see that here with the Eight of Pentacles. So there's this analogy where a bunch of students are taking like a pottery class, and this master is asking, or separates the students into two groups. They ask one group of students to make one singular perfect vase, and to the other student, they're asked that group to make the most amount of vases that they can. So after a month, the teacher compares both groups and they see which one has the better quality. So the one that has the better quality is ultimately the one that has the most experience, the one that was just asked to make as many vases as they could. So I feel like this is the predicament that you're in, where you're being asked to just make a bunch of stuff without judgment, without fear, without reservation. So regarding that analogy, I believe that this anecdote is told in a lot of different ways. For example, with photography as well. Like one group of students was asked to take one perfect photo, and the other group of students were asked to take a bunch of photos and then select the best one. Either way, regardless of the art, regardless of what that story, or regardless of the literal base fact where it actually is sourced, this is still just encouraging you to enjoy the art, enjoy the process of doing it, because that's where you're going to find the success in. So I'm going to ask for clarification on these cards. I'll ask Spirit, can you tell me a bit more about the Ten of Cups? Why is the Ten of Cups here? So we have Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Cups, and the Empress. So, okay, so I'm being shown back to my earlier analogy about how you have a lot of experiences, and whatever this thing that you're making is, it could be a physical, real world object. It could be maybe like a lecture or something that you're providing to other people. But it looks like you're still honing the skill, or you're still not developing it, but mastering it. And it looks like you're already on an upward trajectory towards being a master at it, to the point where it feels so effortless to you and it comes to you very naturally. Whatever this skill is, whatever this thing that you're working on, it looks like it provides to you in the material world as well. Like, it is something that you're meant to monetize, or something that you're meant to like ask for compensation from. I see a very strong desire to get to that point, but I think that you already feel like there is some more work to do to get there. Spirit is just encouraging you to keep up your good work and to continue putting in a continuous effort in order to achieve this, because I feel like once you reach that level, the thing that you're desiring, it will feel so natural to you. And to be clear, when in regards to nearly all arts that I see, I do believe that this is something that we're constantly working on, something that we're constantly improving on. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to do more, wanting to learn more, wanting to perfect your craft. But the perfectionism of it might prevent you from seeing the work that you've already done and how far you've already come along. Because whatever it is that you have that's working for you, it is as it's meant to be right now, and it's good enough as it is. Like, good enough to be shared, good enough to be sold, whatever it is. You shouldn't be afraid of like letting people see you do this, as you are consistently working on it and improving it. I'm going to ask for some clarification on the next card. So, Spirit, can you tell me a little bit more about the Five of Cups? Why is the Five of Cups here? Oh, the first card we have is Death. Second is Two of Cups. And last is the King of Cups. Okay, with Death, I keep hearing internally dying over and over again. I keep like feeling the sense of evolution, where it's like, if I were to use like, say, an AI model as an example, every time the program runs, it learns from itself and it gets better. I keep seeing this art, this product, this thing that you're doing as like a living thing that is constantly evolving. And it's like every time you do it, you give it a space to just be, a space to exist, a space to learn. So with the Five of Cups here, you see how there's like the two cups in the back? I feel like that's being clarified or represented here in the Two of Cups that showed up. I feel like this is you testing limits, testing boundaries, and testing, I want to say, like the relationship within the thing, not your relationship towards whatever this object is, but I see you testing the limits of your skill, testing the limits of like the physical boundaries of what something can hold. And understanding how to let go, and understanding just that it should just be as it is. There is an overall sense of disappointment whenever a failure is met or when something doesn't work out the way that you want it to. But I see with the King of Cups that there's the sense of detachment that comes from this, knowing that not everything is going to be like 100% perfect, knowing that not everything you do is meant to be perfect, that there's a very human and empathetic aspect regarding this that you're asked to be reminded of, or you're asked to be mindful of as you're pursuing this goal. So lastly, I'm going to ask for clarification on the Eight of Cups, or the Eight of Pentacles, rather. Spirit, can you tell me a bit more about the Eight of Pentacles? Why is this card here? We have Justice, Five of Swords, and Two of Swords. So, Spirit, like the thing that I'm hearing internally is you don't need validation from other people. It doesn't have to make sense to them. It just needs to make sense to you. And if you feel like embarrassed about your failures, ask yourself genuinely why you feel embarrassed or maybe guilt or shame regarding this. What are the people around you actually for real expecting from you regarding whatever it is that you're working on? Is it them expecting it from you, or is it you expecting it from yourself? So regarding this experimentation, it looks like there are some changes that are required regarding this work. But the thing is, you won't know what you have to change until you keep doing it. And then you see whatever little things need to be tweaked or changed. And to be clear, you can approach this as a learning process as well. And there's no shame in admitting that to yourself or perhaps other people around you. Just understanding that you're trying to find a balanced approach regarding what it is that you're making or creating. I see such a large potential with this among all these cards because at the end of it, I see that it has so much worth and value to you in your life. And perhaps it provides value and happiness for other people around you too. So this will take some more time and dedicated work, but very specifically, it feels like it's work you're already doing. Just keep your eyes on the goal and continue to move forward despite whatever rough feelings you might have, because it will have so much worth, so much value at the end. And appreciate the work and value that you have provided right now through the things that you have experimented on. All of your experiments have worth, if not to other people, at least for yourself. So that's everything I'm seeing here for this reading. If this resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear about it. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.